Hey, what's up guys? Team Hard Life Captain Alberto Zertuche with another video today, and this one's a great one because we finally get to show you the difference between some of the actual lures that are on the market right now and their as is. It just walked in and I actually had to show the guy real quick. I showed him what we do to test our treble hooks. Even for our own inventory, when they come in, we're always putting it to the test because you just never know when these materials come in as a raw product. You know, sometimes machines wear down, so do humans, or, you know, quality control may be amiss. So we tend to test everything that comes in some way, shape, or form. So this is going to be our next test, and I'm going to give you a close-up of what's going to happen with it by showing you. Let's check it out. So our customer brought in this spoon, and I said, well, let me check out what you got, because he was asking why he got cut off on the gear when he was using it. So I said, well, the first thing before we fix the problem of getting cut off, we need to find out about your hook right here. And this is one of the tests that I've done other videos on. And when you get a treble hook, what you do is you get two sides, and right here you got a little bit of the heat shrink tubing that they put on there to protect the hook. And I've got the paper here, so as you can see how easily I bent it over, and that's not good because you can do pretty much any of the three hooks like that even without the protection, just like that. So I've bent over several of the hooks. Now on the Gator spoons, that's the same thing, you know, and you can see the indentation from right there, and on this side, look, it's even on the side you can see it enter in. And this is one of the main things why we love the Gators so much, is because when they come, they're ready to go. They're ready for a monster fish. Even their split rings are one of the ones that you cannot get to open up, and they're rated for over 200 pounds. I don't remember the numbers exactly because I haven't had my coffee this morning, so blame the coffee guy. He's fired. Yeah. So on this too, I'm going to show you something, and I got to be real careful with this because I definitely don't want to have a hook go in me. But as you can see, the split ring is already starting to open up right there, and I'm barely pulling by hand. So imagine a fish that's trying to get away. It's going to pull this hook right off. You're going to have a monster hookup, but it's going to be, that's it, a monster hookup. The other thing too is you want to watch out when you're rigging these lures like this. Since they don't have a split ring up front, we're going to remedy this before he does have a monster hookup and he comes back with a split end right here. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do, and that way you can see how to rig up your own lures. If you already have them there, they're okay, but you can definitely see the color difference in them, which one's more shinier than the other. And you know, it's just the little details that you got to pay attention to ensure that you catch your big one when you do hook up. So there you go. That was pretty quick. The beautiful thing about these is they're really strong but very dangerous at the same time. So what I do is I'm using my hook to get me the gap I need to be able to come around my spoon over here. I may need a bigger hook. Yep, need a bigger one. That's when they were talking about how life's like a box of chocolates. I said, now fishing is more like it, you know? Yeah. So, got a bigger hook. So now I can slip. There you go. And actually, while I'm doing that, okay, that'll be the front. Well, let's do this. Let's go and rig it up the way a Gator spoon is rigged up. Here's the fat end, and here's the skinny end, and obviously he's already got it like that. So I'm going to go ahead and attach my treble hook at the same time. Oh, thanks, sir. So I can kill two birds with one stone right there. So I got my improved split ring, my improved treble hook right there. Let's go and fix this as well, because that's with the inside of here, you can see how sharp that edge is right there. enough vibration, he'll sit there and he'll actually cut it off. And instead of him coming back with split ends there, I'm going to go ahead and cut it right now. We'll set it all back up. Oh, sorry. And actually, this will go back to what we had to do before we found out about Gator spoons. Every time we bought these Seastriker spoons, we had to fix them. And this is part of the process that we got very good at, because when we would rig up our spoons, we would do anywhere from 10 to 15 to 20 spoons at a time for the whole team. So this is a process that we adapted and got to be very good at it. So now it's ready. But let me go and get the cable set up. Alright, so I've got my heat shrink here. Cut off a little bit so we can get it all done up here. And that's gonna be the other thing too. Hold on. Alright, so there's two types of sleeves you can use on the cable. You got your single barrel here, and see if it'll focus. There you go. And then what we like is our double barrels like this. And the reason for it is so that way I can input it here. And look at that. Perfect fit right there. So what I'm going to go ahead and do though is I'm going to double it up. And the only reason for that is because we tend to grab the leader right at the swivel and we'll jerk these fish up. So I definitely want to ensure that this is as properly as it can go. And since he's already got a swivel on the other end, I shouldn't need to put one here. Okay, got that. Alright, I've got my tag end barely sticking out there the way I like it. Get this crimped down. There we go. I'm going to get my heat shrink back over it. And actually, this is the heat shrink that I use is the marine grade, so you can see the adhesive on the inside poking out a little bit. So doesn't mean it's going to help anything extra. It just means this portion will last a bit longer because it adds a little bit more thickness for the coating over it to your heat shrink right here. So there you go. So that's a Seastriker spoon upgraded the way a Gator spoon already almost comes up, ready to go. So again, if you're gonna look at spoons, go with the Gator, because obviously you can tell there's a lot better craftsmanship and ready to go. You don't have to worry with almost getting your fingers pricked with the hooks and stuff like that. So there you go, guys, an upgrade to a Seastriker, almost to a Gator, but you can definitely see the difference in it. So all right, guys, y'all have a good one.